Do you like fighters or spacecraft design? Grab your copy of the first Spacedock reference book all about these topics on our Patreon through the link in the description and pinned comment below. Hello everybody and welcome back to Spacedock. I'm Joanna and this week we are continuing our fast-paced, rapid-fire discussions on pop culture by talking about a movie from 2009, the first Avatar. If you live under a floating rock and don't know the backstory, humanity has set up mining operations on Pandora, the moon of the gas giant Polyphemus, in orbit around Alpha Centauri. The company in charge of all this, RDA, is there to dig up unobtainium, a wondrous and stupidly named material that is a room temperature superconductor. That means that it has no electrical resistance, none whatsoever at regular livable temperatures. This is special because typically superconducting materials only do that trick when cooled to really, really low temperatures. So having something that can just be dug up out of the ground that does it by default makes it extremely useful and extremely valuable. It can make the most powerful electromagnets possible, useful for all sorts of applications, from medical devices to particle accelerators and fusion generators. Having no electrical resistance also makes it perfect for use in lossless power grids, electrical motors, and magnetic levitation. That last one is what causes all those cool floating mountains on Pandora, but the backstory for the film makes a weirdly big deal out of the potential for maglev monorails on Earth. And do you know who built that transit system? Would you believe it was RDA? They got big by building out a maglev network that crossed the planet, letting the increasingly dense population of the planet commute to work over hundreds or thousands of kilometers. And alongside the overpopulation issues, Earth is having energy troubles, but I'll get onto that in a moment. A large part of unobtainium's value also stems from it being from a different solar system to where it'll actually be used, as shipping the stuff between stars requires extremely large and capable spacecraft, which is where RDA's fleet of ISVs comes in. I've talked about how amazing these vast cargo ships are before, but if you look into how they work, they shine a light on those supposed issues with energy. This is because ISVs have two main methods of propulsion, a laser sail on the Earth side of the trip, and a pair of hybrid fusion antimatter engines for the Pandora side, with both flight regimes lasting for half a year of acceleration. If those methods of propulsion sound cool to you, I will be doing future videos talking about various types of engines, so subscribe now for those. But the ISV's ones run for half a year, and at the time of the first movie, RDA had a fleet of 12 of them running in a constant loop between the stars. That requires a lot of antimatter, and there are no such thing as antimatter mines. You can't really find it and scoop it up in any usable quantities. It has to be made. This requires big particle accelerators and lots of power to make the amount the ISV fleet collectively requires. This is strike one for the energy problems of Earth. The second is that laser sail, which operates again for half a year, but at the extremely high acceleration, for a sail, of 1.5 G. The laser array that fires out enough photons to push along an ISV for nearly 6 months at 1.5 G would be staggeringly huge and equally as power hungry. So does Earth truly have a problem with its power supplies, or a problem with the quasi-governmental administrative entity that has a total monopoly on a wonder material from the stars? But at least RDA allowed everyone to commute to work from anywhere, right? Now the question is this hidden bit of world building intentional or not? It could be that the lofty goals of RDA to provide for Earth's future is just corporate propaganda while they rake in billions. Or, and this is far more likely, was the design of the ISV just that tiny bit out of sync with the rest of the world building, and it not mattering all that much because it doesn't really impact the actual film? Which do you think is more likely? I hope you enjoyed this video about the backstory of Avatar. Please remember to like and subscribe to help out the channel, and if you want to support us further, you can do so here on YouTube by giving us super thanks or by becoming a channel member. You can also support us on Patreon where, aside from having your name featured at the end of videos, you can also get our Spacefighter design reference book. Thanks for everyone's support, and I'll see you next time.